So we've been hearing so many people complain about teaching staff. They're not qualified and they have no idea what they're doing.
Yes.
And then they're paid a miserable salary.
Yes.
And then they're just shoving stuff down the students' heads.
Yes.
So if you happen to be a headmistress, headmaster, principal, whatever, what changes would you like to see in a school compared to what's going on now?
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Sure. Very interesting. I mean, I would definitely I would love to head a school or an institution. Yes, if I would want to take care of bringing out the best in my students, definitely I'll have a very high quality staff.
Okay.
Staff, I would never consider whether they have domain expertise, but staff who are passionate about.
That seems to be the critical thing everywhere is talking about.
Yes,
passion for teaching.
Yes, passion for doing what you want to do and love what you do, which is what is lacking. They are not motivated enough. Either you motivate them through salary, or you provide them a good environment to work, or you have fantastic colleagues to work with, or something should
Something's
be there.
got to be there.
There, which is what is really missing in schools. Today you have.
So suppose I give you one of these totally non-motivated staff. School in a remote area,
yes.
Nothing much happening there.
Yes.
How would you set about transforming it?
Definitely, the most important thing which which I think I will do, I'll demonstrate is the best way a leader can lead. Yes, that is the best thing to do. How do
lead
I
by example.
Lead by example? Everything depends upon the leader of the school. It's if that person has a vision that this team should bring out the best in the students, because there can never be students who are wrong.
Okay.
It is always the people who are. We are inculcating the education. We are inculcating knowledge, and we are inculcating. Most important thing, the teacher's inspiration should be an inspiration, just not somebody who comes teaches class. It's not a job. It is something you will have to be totally inspired about doing. And that comes out of high level of self-motivation and a high level of feeling that you're doing the best thing in the world, that you're forming mindsets, you're forming...
So would you go about changing the teachers' mindsets? Is that what needs to be changed?
See, very important thing is we have a curriculum which we have to follow. We need to accept certain boundaries within which we need to lead. I cannot say that I'm setting up a nouveau school or something which is out where it will not follow the curriculum. Students will do. There are schools which do. Open schooling system is there. They don't follow the
Kids
regular
get out of the window, wander around through the
They do
bushes.
nature schooling and a lot of things. Even in Chennai, we have fantastic schools like that who produce wonderful children. Your very good school is your J. Krishna Murthy Foundation, school, and there are various schools in Bangalore which offer this kind of
they're very exclusive.
Very, very different. But many of those parents don't want their children to go through that because they're afraid that the child will not be back into the mainstream. But unfortunately, it's a very wrong thing to accept, because I have seen children who have come out of these schools. Excellent individuals. They make wonderful professionals and they make wonderful family members.
How come the entire thing has been missed by people and they say, no, don't send them to schools like that? What is the reason why?
Very important. Very important thing is also because economically the schools seem to be a little on the higher side. The fees which these students and they are not able to reach out to the mass.
Okay.
They
don't take people from the lower strata?
No, it is not that. Maybe because of the fee factor, many of them cannot apply. But many parents aspire that their child should study in these schools. There are many parents, educated parents, who feel in the city at least that my child should study in this kind of a. Majority of the parents don't feel that the child could go to those kind of schools.
Okay, 99% of all schools today are in rural areas. I mean, in urban areas, congested.
Yes.
There's no possibility of football fields.
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
We don't have those
more
things
vertical buildings.
So are they bad, those kind of schools?
Yes, definitely. You don't have an outdoor environment for the child. They're all, in some schools which I visit, there is if something happens, an accident happens, the child cannot escape.
Okay,
that kind of stifling environment. The student is studying for 9 hours, 10 hours. The teachers, how will they teach in that kind of an environment when you can overhear the next class?
Okay.
When they're all crammed up in an environment, 55 children in one class, which is hardly.
So what's the optimal size according to you for a class?
I think it's about 22 to 25, not
That's
more
it.
than that.
So we need
one teacher at least for 20 students. And in many schools, I've seen that if there are 40 students, there are 2 teachers.
How do they manage that?
You see, if you have more resources, you have to pay more.
Yeah.
So your overheads are more. The management may not have that kind of a bandwidth to have more resources into the, if you have more people in the class or more strength in your class, then you have to definitely take in more
So we want
teachers.
two teachers clash within the same class?
No, not that way. Not that they take the same class or anything. Yes, not that they take the subject, they stand together and take, but the way attention is given to each student, understanding the strength of the student.
So they walk
around, observations, feedback, share review sessions. Yeah, so there are two teachers who are like coaches to the students, and they're not just general teachers who just come and do some academics on the board and get away. They work with the student.
So when you want to make changes like that, shouldn't those teachers also be already of a certain level?
Definitely,
so
they have to. They
you
have to have a basic, a degree which can make them teach.
Okay.
We need to have them. Your B.Ed programs have to be more intensified. The curriculum has to be more strengthened in terms of more practical.
But 99 times out of 100, they're not even B.Eds. They're just ordinary graduates.
Yes, they're ordinary graduates.
They're not trained for teaching.
They're not at all trained for teaching.
Okay.
They're not at all trained for teaching. But today, I think with the TET and other exams, there is some kind of a filtering which is done, but definitely not the filtering is not done at the level of.
You're hopeful that the things are becoming better and better, or you're not sure about that?
No, definitely it's not. Again, even your TET exams, they're not testing the ability of the ability of the teacher to present. So communication is a very important,
part of the whole
of teaching. Today you have a lot of technology blend methodologies being used in different schools. But at the same time, the human factor, when you are even using technology and different modules, using a smart board, classroom and things like that, but the involvement of the teacher is equally important. You cannot just show some PowerPoint presentations to the child and just make them.
So another very important thing that she mentioned in the beginning is parents. Parents are the ones who push these people to do. So when you come back and find out, how much do parents influence this whole thing?